Hey guys, welcome to the presentation tonight. I'm super excited to share this information with you. I'm glad you could join us and take a few minutes out of your schedule. I promise we'll keep it brief. But first, just so that we're not strangers, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Gary Stern. I'm based out of Melbourne, Florida. It's Indialantic, Florida to be exact. It's on the East Coast near Cape Canaveral and Cocoa Beach. I grew up here and swore I'd never be back, but sure enough, moved back. Got married. I'm married now for 18 years. Have a beautiful 13-year-old son who is into everything, whether it's violin or sports like swimming and soccer. And guys, that factors into this story. That's part of my story tonight is I wanted to be a dad. I wanted to spend more time with my children. I don't know if you feel the same way that I do. In fact, virtually every parent I know wants to spend more time with their children. But there's this little thing called work that gets in the way a lot of times. And oftentimes we have to spend more time doing something like that than spending time with the people that we love the most. And so that's where I was, let's say about almost 8 years ago now. I had been a physical therapist for 6 years. Awesome job, treated professional athletes from all over the world. Always was looking for something extra to help them out with because a lot of times we were limited in what we could actually physically do to help people. Then I went into the pharmaceutical industry. A lot of things in my life changed. I lost my mom and my dad to cancer. And at the time, my mom was sick and I needed something that would allow me more time freedom to be able to take care of her while still generating the income that I needed. And I didn't know about this business yet. If I did, it would have been the perfect fit for what I needed back then. But I went into the pharmaceutical industry. I did that for going on 13 years. Great job, great profession. Got to the point where the insurance companies took it over. Doctors didn't want to see us anymore. I mean, can you imagine sitting in a waiting room waiting for 2 hours after driving an hour and a half to 2 hours only to be told that the doctor can't see you while you're there? I mean, it didn't work out. Financially, it was good, but psychologically, it wasn't what I wanted to do. Emotionally, it wasn't what I wanted to do. And it was just draining when they kept setting the goals higher and higher. You could be the number one rep one year, and the next year, you're at the bottom of the barrel. And I just didn't, it wasn't fulfilling, right? It wasn't something that I could see myself doing forever. And at the end of the day, I kept asking myself, what would allow me more time freedom to spend with, at the time, my 5-year-old, right? Now he's almost 14, but at the time he was 5, 6 years old, and I was looking for something that would allow me more time to spend with my son. And so, fortunately for me, my cycling coach introduced me to something, same thing you've been introduced to, and the way he presented it to me was as a product that he didn't quite understand the science behind it, but he knew with my science background, I needed to take a look at it. I needed to look and see what was this thing all about. And I read the very first clinical study and knew for a fact that I would be on this product for the rest of my life. I knew that. I knew that my wife would be, and all the other people that I loved and cared about, I was going to tell them about this. I swore I wouldn't do that business. I don't do those things. But I was going to go tell everybody about this. And it was when a mentor of mine shared with me, he said, that is doing the business, sharing this with others. I was put onto a 3-way phone call with him, got my questions answered, decided, let's give this a shot, right? I'm going to go out and tell some people about this. We'll see what happens. The rest is history. Holy smokes. Within 2 years, I was able to fire my boss in the pharmaceutical industry. I was having tremendous results myself, feeling the best that I had ever felt, waking up before my alarm clock went off with more energy than I ever had, which is crazy. If you know me, you know I already have a lot to begin with. And all the people that I was sharing it with were seeing similar benefits, right? They were feeling better. They had less joint pain. They had more energy. They were sleeping better. Whatever it was, they were feeling the best that they ever had. And I knew at that moment we had our hands on something golden. So I'm going to go into a little bit more depth here, but I wanted you to hear my story. I'm super excited about what the future holds. Guys, the future with this is huge. So I'm going to go ahead and share a couple of slides here. So let me go ahead and pull this up. And here you see we're talking tonight about biohacking, right? What is biohacking? Well, our bodies are being hijacked all day long. Hijacked by things like the cell phones that we use and the toxins that are in the air, right? There's more chemicals than ever being used in the world that we live in. The air that we breathe, I mean, EMFs, right? From cell phone or from radio frequencies. People are allergic now to things that they were never allergic to before, right? There's these gluten intolerances and lactose intolerances. Why is that? And a lot of it is because of the chemicals that are being used, the toxins we're exposed to, but we are literally, our bodies are being taken over by all of these different issues that plague us all day long, and we're being hijacked. So we need something to counteract that effect, right? And for years, they thought it was antioxidants, or they thought it was anti-inflammatories. And when you hear the word anti in front of it, right away, it makes you think it's something that's supposed to do the opposite of, right? Do the opposite of inflammation, or do the opposite of oxidation. So we know those things are bad. We know that oxidizing or aging, cellular aging, is bad. And we know that inflammation causes so many different issues. But the way that we've been going about trying to take care of these things has been all wrong up until now. Now there's a way to take care of your own cell biology, right? Optimizing your genetic potential. You can literally become the best version of yourself that you've ever been, feeling, looking, performing your best. And we do this through what's called nutrigenomics. Nutrigenomics is very simple, guys. Don't let the crazy word fool you. It's looking at how researching how nutrition and nutritional compounds can affect our genetic expression, right? We're born with a certain set of genes, but how exactly can we express those genes in a way that's more beneficial? Well, I'm going to show you. Watch this video. As you watch it, think for yourself, not only what could it do for you, but what would literally owning the exclusive rights to this do for you from a financial standpoint or from an opportunity standpoint? We'll double back as soon as the video's over.
Take a deep breath. Hold it. Now gently exhale. Ironically, while oxygen is necessary for all human life, it is also the element that is at the root of the aging process. That's because oxidative stress, which is a toxic level of reactive oxygen in your cells, is one of the primary causes of cell damage and the adverse effects of aging. It's almost as if your cells were slowly rusting from the inside. There's no stopping the process, but as with rust, there are ways to slow it down, to inhibit the aging process, and even reverse oxidative stress. It's called nutrigenomics, the science of using nutrition and naturally occurring compounds to affect gene behavior and attack the root causes of aging. Another root cause of aging is the depletion of mitochondria in your cells as you age. Mitochondria that are the powerhouses or engines of your cells. Nutrigenomics delivers a one-two punch that creates stronger cells that are better equipped to fight the effects of aging by using the NRF2 pathway to help the body produce more antioxidants and using the NRF1 pathway to boost mitochondrial production, which inhibits the aging process and increases the energy level in your cells. Aging is inevitable. The rust comes back. The engine loses some power. But now we don't have to take aging lying down. LifeVantage's study of nutrigenomics fights the root causes of aging to help people look and feel younger, naturally. LifeVantage, at the forefront of nutrigenomics.
Wow, I don't know about you guys, but every time I see that, I get excited about what we have our hands on. So briefly, I'm going to touch on just some of the things that were mentioned in the video. The product they talked about is Protandim Nerf 2. They also talked about Nerf 1. Nerf 2 is literally our flagship product, guys. That's the one that got me interested over 7.5 years ago in taking a look at this. And it was the very first clinical study saying that Protandim slowed that natural aging process, that oxidation or oxidative stress, by an average of 40% in 30 days. After that, they went on to share multiple different, you can see here on the screen, multiple different peer-reviewed journal publications. Over 20 different clinical studies have been done. Clinical studies done by the likes of Harvard, Virginia Commonwealth, Ohio State University, Louisiana State University, right? Funded by the American Heart Association or funded by the National Institute on Aging. These studies conclusively, without a shadow of a doubt, prove that Protandim Nerf 2 is the only product in the world scientifically proven to lower that oxidative stress or that cellular aging by 40% in 30 days. Imagine turning around that rusting from the inside out process and literally not only slowing it, but beginning to reverse it in the other direction. Guys, that's what we're talking about, feeling like you did when you were 20 years old again. And I know it sounds far-fetched, I know it sounds impossible, but go see what the experts have to say. See what the scientists themselves have to say in these clinical studies. Not only that, Protandim and LifeVantage has been featured all over the media. If you have not already seen that ABC News clip, you'll see there in the upper right-hand corner. If you have not seen that ABC News clip, make sure you ask to see the ABC Primetime Investigative News Report. That's right. John Quinones did an investigative news report on Protandim. He himself became a part of the clinical study. And you'll see for yourself the kind of results that he had. They were phenomenal results. So those are just a few of the areas that LifeVantage and Protandim have been featured, including on the Dr. Phil Show, Today Show, you name it. They're talking nutrigenomics and they're talking about Protandim right now. Now, we also have patents, and for those of you that are unfamiliar with this, with what this means, in the pharmaceutical industry, patents are everything. Once a product comes off patent, everybody can copy it. Right now, we own the exclusive rights to the Protandim Nerf 2 formulation. So the patents themselves are on the way by which it works and the formulation. So nobody can copy the way that we're doing things there. So take a look at that and you'll see. Ask the person that shared this video with you to go back later on this evening and go see for yourself. Go to the website and look at what the patents are about. Go to the PubMed.gov and see what the studies are all about. And realize that we're not talking about just biohacking one part of your body. We've now expanded this out to biohacking the entire body, right, through the use of nutrigenomics. So real quick, in the upper right-hand corner, that's our award-winning, yes, award-winning. It won a Stevie Award for one of the most innovational products of 2018. And that's the LifeVantage Vitality Stack. That includes Protandim Nerf 1 and Nerf 2. Nerf 1, remember, boosts your body's mitochondrial production, giving you more energy, right? Natural energy. Protandim Nerf 2 bumps up your body's antioxidant and anti-inflammatory enzymes, right? You're not taking it externally. You're literally turning the body on to do what it was supposed to do naturally. Couple that with a probiotic to get your gut in check. And the omega, and that's, by the way, guys, that's where a lot of your cognition comes from, as well as your immune system. So for those of you that are this time of year, especially getting sick all the time, why not do yourself a favor and jump on the Vitality Stack and make sure that you help keep yourself looking, feeling, and performing at your best. Keep yourself healthy. And then the Omega Plus, that's fish oil, guys, that's sourced from cold waters. You know exactly the boat that it was caught on. It's infused with vitamin D3 so that you are literally looking at the body from a comprehensive approach and taking care of the entire biohacking process with that Vitality Stack. Going kind of around the right-hand side, we have Physique. Physique is our weight management platform. If you're looking to lose a few pounds or looking to literally look and feel your best within the first few months of the new year, this is the time to do it, guys. Jump on that Vitality Stack along with the Physique weight management platform. Maybe you need a little bit more focus and clarity and concentration throughout the day, right? You're dragging a little bit as the afternoon goes on. That's where the Axio kicks in. I drink one of those, two of those every morning. Sometimes I'll do another one around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and it keeps me going all day long without the jitters, without all the chemicals, without calories. Just clean, pure focus, clarity, mental endurance, concentration, right? The exact way that we want to feel, not with all the jitters and everything else that all those other products on the market do. Of course, our four-legged friends, we want to keep them healthy, so we have NRF2 activation for them. Not only a shinier coat and better looking, but more energy. Dogs that before had trouble jumping up and down off the bed are now flying around the yard and jumping up and down. So again, ask the person who shared this with you to share some of those stories with you. And then we have our skincare system. The True Science skincare system is the first and only NRF2 activated. Again, NRF2 activation. That's turning the body on to produce more antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. Well, what's our biggest organ in the body? It's our skin. And we have the only NRF2 activated skincare system in the world. It lowers that oxidative stress or that cellular aging from the outside in. It's doing that at the cellular level, not just covering up the fine lines and wrinkles, but literally giving you that youthful, vibrant skin again, just like you had when you were younger. And last, we just now have launched, and I'm going to go ahead and advance the slide here. We've just now launched our new hair care system. And I went ahead and shared a few pictures here because, guys, the results within the first 2 months have been nothing short of phenomenal. In fact, we sold out of this product during a pre-launch. $1.3 million worth of product sold out within just a few days, because this is one of the only hair care systems on the market that not only has none of those toxic ingredients in it, it scores super high on the clean scale. That's on the Think Dirty app. You can always look up the Think Dirty app. I know that sounds weird, right? I thought, what is this all about? But it's literally one that shows you what kind of chemicals are in the products that we're using, especially the ones we're putting on our hair. So this is recommended for all hair types, great fragrance, environmentally friendly formula without those harmful ingredients, but with certain patented ingredients. And you'll see there down the left-hand side at the bottom, Apiscalp, Hair Janelle, and Lanatellus. Those 3 ingredients are what are not only repairing our hair, right, and getting the scalp prepared, but also helping people grow healthier hair. And so look at the results. Guys, I could sit here and talk forever. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. There you go. There you see before NRF2, after just 4 or 8 washes. Her hair, which was frizzy and tangled before, perfectly straight, both in the upper left-hand corner and the lower right-hand corner. In the upper right-hand corner, you've got a friend of mine, Sean. That's just after 1 week of using our hair system. It's helping him restore some of that normal hair growth and that fullness back to his head. And of course, we can't forget our friend in the lower left-hand corner, Jenna. Guys, she was so brave to share this story, but you can see there, she literally was losing her hair, and within 2 months, back to a healthy, vibrant, healthy head of hair, right? Look at that smile. So imagine giving somebody their life back, and that's what we're talking about here when we're talking about these life-changing products at LifeVantage. So when will this hair care system be back in stock? Save the date. The cyber launch is going to be on December 17th, 9 p.m. Eastern. Get back with the person who shared this with you. They'll make sure that you have all the information you need to jump on that hair care launch and make sure that you get some this time before we sell out again. So if you're like me, I was taking all this in and I'm going, gosh, I can think of like 10 to 15 people for every single product that I've been shown so far that would benefit from this. And I'm thinking, if I want to share it with all of these people, there's got to be some kind of opportunity in it for me, right? I mean, we share what we love. Think about it all day long. People have asked me for investing advice, and they've said, who do you invest with? Which stockbroker do you use to buy online stocks? And I've shared that with them in the past. Or, Delta or Southwest Airlines are constantly sending me notices. If I share this opportunity for a new credit card, I'll get 50,000 points or 50,000 miles or a free hotel stay here or a free airfare there, right? They're always looking for this type of referral marketing. We do it all day long. And so I thought, if there's a way that I could share this with other people and earn a little referral bonus for it, why the heck not, right? Well, other people were thinking the same thing. And this is how we started. We started actually in retail, but that ABC Investigative News report that I was telling you about is what caused this flurry of activity. And we made that switch into direct sales or into network marketing in May of 2009. And guys, we haven't looked back since. We've since been uplisted onto the NASDAQ. We're traded right alongside Google, Apple, you name it, some of the hugest brands in the world. And our stock is going nuts right now. It's going through the roof because people see this as a viable long-term solution for the problems that are out there of aging, right? We have the long-term solution. We also have incredible corporate leadership with years and years and years of experience that are taking us not only into the future, but into new markets. Look at all these markets. And I know if you're like me, at first I looked at this and I go, well, I don't know anybody in Wales. But the crazy thing is, over the last 7.5 years, I've met somebody from Wales, and I now have somebody from Wales in my business as a result of knowing people who knew people who knew people. So realize that we're consistently opening new markets all the time so that we can continue to share the benefits of these products all over the world. So what's the timing like with where we're at right now? Guys, you want to be involved in something on the early side. So if you look at this graph, this is the S-curve of business. This is Peter Drucker. He talked about this in his economics lessons that he used to teach. And you'll see there that in the lower left-hand corner, that's the early phase. That's the pioneering. That's when a product is, or a company is first being started, right? And the innovators or the early adopters are the ones that get involved early. they're the ones that get to ride that huge wave of growth where 80% of a company's volume, 80% of a company's net worth is generated in a very short period of time. That's that sharp upward curve as the early majority and late majority, the majority, just think the word majority of people come in, and you're already positioned ahead of that. And then, of course, you have the laggards on the tail end. That's once a company is stabilized. Think companies that have been around for 30, 40, 50 years. They're not bad companies. They may have great products. But for you to be able to capitalize on it, everybody already knows about it, right? Here, we're early in the process where virtually nobody knows about LifeVantage yet. We're still opening new countries almost on a monthly basis right now, or every other month. And so you have that opportunity to position yourself in front of that curve right there to be able to capitalize on it yourself. Okay, so keep that in mind, and this was one of the key factors for me saying yes and getting involved. The other reason I got involved was the system. Quite frankly, I didn't know how to do this business. I'd never done it before, right? I'd always said no to network marketing. In fact, I said no 28 different times prior to saying yes to LifeVantage. And the timing, the patents, the scientifically proven products, the publicly traded company, those were all massive reasons that I said yes. But the last and final reason that I said yes was this right here, the system. I didn't know how to do this, but I was taught a simple, duplicatable or duplicable system that anybody can follow, right? And if anybody can do it, as it grows, it provides you with that leveraged income. And it's as simple as, we call it laptop lifestyle or social sharing. It's as simple as sharing this information with the people that you love the most. We have an app, we're connected with a team. And remember, you're not in business by yourself. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And we've got these trainings left, right, front, and center to help you be able to take control of your business on your terms, but do it as a team so that you have the efforts of not just one, but many. As John Paul Getty says, he'd rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 men than 100% the efforts of one. Because what happens if something happens to that one person? That's what we have as a system that helps you leverage it. So if you're like me and you said, how do I do this? I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get started. We have a few different choices for you, and it just depends on whether you want to capture some, more, or all of the opportunity, right? That's up to you. How big of an opportunity do you want to capture? That'll help you determine where you're going to get started, right? So we recommend starting on the Platinum Pack. That, with a starter kit, you literally have a business in a box. The startup cost is low. The earnings opportunity is through the roof. And most people are doing this on a part-time basis, right? I started out on the side for 2 years. Over 2 years, I did this on an extremely part-time basis. That led to me being able to fire my boss in the pharmaceutical industry after just 2 short years. What took me a lifetime to build, I replaced within 2 short years of doing this on a part-time basis. And the crazy thing is, you can too, and you could do it even faster now than we did when we didn't have all these tools at our disposal just a few years ago. So get started on the Platinum Pack. You'll get event tickets in there to the next major training event so that you can be there with your teams. And all of the assets that you see down the right-hand side. Guys, you don't have to create your own website or go create your own marketing plan or any of these things. It's all been done for you. Customer service, shipping, finance, you name it. It's there for you so that all you need to do is get in there and start sharing it with people. So how do you make money? You share it with people. And as you build that network, that's why they call it network marketing, that network of consumers and distributors. Again, Robert Kiyosaki says the richest people in the world don't look for jobs. They look for and build networks. They understand the power of wealth is in a network. So as you share this with people, you'll get paid on a weekly basis for each person that joins you as either a customer or a distributor. Guys, that's linear income. That's what we're all used to, right? Do the work and get paid one time. But the great thing about this is as you build this business and as your network grows, you get paid royalty commissions or residual leveraged income on all of the efforts of your entire team. And this is paid out in several different ways, whether it's the matching bonus, the bonus pools, or even the royalty commissions themselves. This is doing the work one time and continuing to get paid over and over again. In fact, people ask me all the time, how much money did you make in your first month of doing LifeVantage? And I say to them, I don't know, because I'm still getting paid from people that I introduced this to 7.5 years ago. To this day, they still use the products and they share the products with others. So I don't know how much money I made that first month because I still get paid month after month, week after week, year after year. That's what this is all about, guys. So I'm not going to go into a lot of depth of the compensation plan itself. Just realize there are many different ways we get paid. There's an income earnings statement as well as a compensation plan summary that you can go over with the person who shared this with you, and they'll show you exactly the different ways we get made and exactly how these incomes that you see on the screen are being generated. Whether it's Pro 1, an extra $100 a month, Pro 3, that's an extra $500, $600 a month. Guys, when I got to Pro 6, that's an extra almost $6,000 a month. And I'm like, okay, all my bills are being paid. Why do I go to work every day? Especially with Pro 7 right around the corner and over $120,000 a year in income. Most of it being leveraged residual income that keeps coming month after month after month. I didn't believe this was true. I was shooting for like Pro 1 or 2. Look, I want to get my products for free. I'm cheap. I know I'm going to be on these products for the rest of my life. I'll share it with enough people so that I get them for free. Now what's crazy is I've replaced my income. I've not had a job for over 6 years. And the leveraged residual income, I could never go back to having a job after that because you could have that time freedom. You could travel, you could spend time with your family, you could do charitable work, whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. And this allows you that opportunity. Well, that little industry that I thought was silly, right, that I said no to 28 times, guys, it's massive. It's not like I'm the only one doing network marketing. There are a lot of people doing this right now. Network marketing has gained in popularity because people are looking for things they can do from their cell phone or from a laptop computer. All you need is an internet connection, and you can do this business from anywhere in the world. That's why we're seeing massive growth. That's a $189 billion a year industry, guys. We're not talking about some little small fly-by-night thing. So this is what I'm going to leave you with. This is the options that I didn't even realize that that they gave us early on in the process, right? When I was first introduced to this, it blew my mind because the only thing I knew was that traditional plan, right? You go to school for 20 years. We're born, we go to school for 20 years. We then spend the next 40 to 50 years doing what? Working, right? Working a job, because that's what we're supposed to do. Go to school and get a job. And then we live out and hopefully retire. Hopefully we've invested enough money. We live out those golden years of retirement for what? Maybe 2, 3, 5, 100, who knows how many years, right? Not going to live 100 years. I mean, out to you're 100 years old. But the likelihood is it's only going to be a few years, right? In my parents' case, my mom was medically retired. So she worked, then got sick, and then passed away 4 years later. My dad retired and 5 years later got sick with cancer and died. So that traditional plan, you never know. That question mark, you don't know how many years you're going to have left. But with LifeVantage, the other option, you go to school for the first 20 years, then you earn and learn at the same time. It's like literally like an apprenticeship is what I always call it. You're learning on the job training. As you share this with people, you're earning income and you're learning how to learning more about not only the science, but the business, leadership, interpersonal skills, speaking skills, perhaps, whatever it is, you're learning all those things. And as you get better, so does your income, so that you can literally live your life the way you were designed to, not working all the time, but sharing time with people you love and living life on your term, on your timeline. The last thing that we do at LifeVantage, and probably one of the most important ones, is we don't just selfishly keep everything that we earn, but we give back. These are just a handful of the different charities that we've had an opportunity to give back to. In fact, I've done the LifeVantage Legacy on a couple of occasions where we've literally beautified schools, helped improve the plumbing, helped improve the electrical system so that they could have air conditioners running at schools in their inner city down there in Mexico, right? I've done that two separate times, and the feeling you get, the look on those children's faces, the smiles, guys, that's what this is all about, is giving back. So if you're looking for something to do on a part-time basis that could potentially lead to a full-time basis, whether it's earning an extra couple $100 a month, like I wanted to do when I started, or getting to the point where you're earning 6 or 7 figures a year, most of it leveraged residual income, leading a team of thousands. Either way, we've got the solution for you. It's just a matter of you saying yes and jumping on board with us here at LifeVantage. We welcome you to join us. We look forward to having you join the team. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Again, my name's Gary Stern. Have a great evening, guys. We'll see you on the